It's not uncommon for a company to have more than three interviews in the process. Yes, it's tiring, but that's how it is. And often you might find yourself having fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, or even 10th interviews with some companies as you go through various layers of the company, even different regions of the company. If you're applying to a leadership role that's going to be interacting both with local markets as well as aligned to a global team, this is especially common if you're applying to a leadership position in a big company, a big multinational company. And if that company is a startup company, either in that country, that particular region, or sometimes they're starting up simultaneously around the world. Moderna is an example of that. They were a vaccine innovator that really were catapulted into the spotlight during the pandemic for COVID-19 because they had the Spikevax vaccine that was one of the top vaccines. So as they were expanding in the US, they were simultaneously starting up here in Japan, which meant that as their marketing team in the US was learning how to launch these vaccines, how to compete with Pfizer and others, and how to scale up while they were developing vaccines at breakneck pace. They were also learning how to attract and integrate the right leaders in Japan. This is just one example. There's plenty of others, and it really comes down to the culture of the company. And quite simply, just have to accept that's the way it is. We can't change it. That's how a company operates, and that may change along the interview process. Can never be 100% prepared. But what you can do, my advice for having so many interviews is just be consistent. Be consistent with what you say, your points, especially your aspirations, what attracts you to that company. You might feel a little bit like a broken record. That's okay. You want to be consistent with what these points are, and you want to go into every interview prepared with some of those questions. They may be the same questions about what's your vision, how will you know when I'm successful, and how will we work together? But getting different people's perspectives of that not only is going to help you to refine and really hone in on your ability to evaluate this opportunity accurately and sense where there could be gaps in expectations, which is inevitable, but it's also going to make each interviewer feel respected by you and naturally creates a likability factor where when you can get them talking about them and what they think and how they see things, it subconsciously creates likability towards you because they like talking about themselves. It's human nature. So it's a win-win. You can get more information. They can feel good that you are taking a genuine interest in their company. Likability factor by getting them talking. It is going to, the more that those interviewers can wrap up and loop back to each other with the same observations, it creates real consistency around the brand image that you're building throughout the interview process and maximize your chances of being able to succeed in the process.